Hey everyone, my name is Kyle and welcome to What Gives Me Life, the show where we talk to people in our community about what they love to do. On today's episode, we'll be talking to Judd Foster, a local pit boss who makes the best brisket in town. He's going to be sharing a recipe with us that we can do at home during this quarantine. He's also going to be sharing about his involvement in our community. So get ready, this is What Gives Me Life. Hey guys.
Hello.
Hi.
Tell us who you are and what we're going to be doing today.
I am Kate Foster.
I'm Judd Foster.
We own South of Heaven Barbecue here in Carrollton. We have actually been getting some messages about our pickled onions, so we thought that would be a nice, easy thing to show you guys. Something you can do at home since we are all stuck at home. It's really easy and they're super tasty, as you all know. But there's a lot of wiggle room. You can make them your own. So we're going to give you a few tips about making those.
That sounds great. All right, take it away.
Okay. So red onion. That's where we go. We've already got some cut here.
Have some mise en place.
Yeah. So you just want to take your red onion. It's completely up to you how thick or thin, small, big, whatever you want. You're going to slice them however you would like.
You want half moons. So what I've done here is I've took the top layer off, scored each end, and I like my cuts about a 1/4 inch, little less thick. That's about what you're looking for. If you do it too small, the onion flavor is really powerful. So the thicker they are, but the vinegar water solution is going to take on better with a smaller cut of onion. Kate does this at the restaurant.
Yes. So this is what you would call a quick pickle. Super simple. We're not going to give you all of our secrets, but this is very easy, so you can mimic this at home.
It's very similar, but you can spice them up how you want. If you like your pickles spicy, I got this guy here. I should be an ambassador for this brand. It's got a picture of someone that looks like Kim Jong-un on it.
It's delicious.
It's phenomenal. And I put this on everything I eat. It's called crispy chili paste. But if you add a couple teaspoons of that to your pickles, it'll give it a nice bite and crisp from the chili and some heat, some salt in there. It's really good. But you have to go to Buford Highway Farmers Market to get it. So
for ours, for this one, we're going to do just your basic sugar and vinegar. The important part is equal parts. If you do like them a little bit sweeter, by all means, add some more sugar. We already have some of our vinegar, our solution going here. So as you can see, the sugar has dissolved in the vinegar.
You want it to, when you add the sugar, it's going to have a really cloudy feel to it. And because sugar burns, you have to constantly stir it while this mixture is going. And then, it'll get you. It'll clean the walls while you're doing it. But you want to look for your vinegar solution to go back to a clear consistency. So as soon as it comes, it doesn't even have to come to a boil. Just while you're heating up the vinegar solution and the sugar, keep it stirring, and then you'll see it go from like a cloudy water to a perfectly clear. That's when your onions are ready to go into the hot liquid. If you're going to jar it, which we suggest, because it takes 24 hours for your pickles to be really good. If you cheat after 3, you'll get some flavor on there, but don't cheat. Wait 24 hours for your pickled onions to be done. Plan ahead if you want them for dinner. And that's about it. So Kate's going to show you how we chop up some more of these onions.
If you want to actually, let's go ahead and get that picture there, and we'll just show them. Yeah. Just gonna put the onions in here. Something like this even will work because you can store it in your fridge. So if you don't have jars, anything with a lid is going to work just fine. So for anybody, if you have Tupperware, something like that, you don't necessarily have to have a glass jar. And you're just gonna take your solution very carefully because it's hot.
I'm not gonna hold it while you do it.
And you pour it right over the onions. And you just want to make sure that the onions are submerged in the solution. So you want to make sure that it either covers completely the top. If it doesn't, super easy. Just do another scoop, another cup of sugar, another cup of vinegar. Just make sure you top that off because you want to make sure you get that solution throughout all of the onions. And the onions are already starting to turn.
Yeah, and you can see the color of the vinegar is already starting to the vinegar is starting to leach the red. That's how everyone's like, how do you dye your onions? I'm like, no, we don't dye our red onions. The vinegar solution literally sucks the color out and gives it that beautiful, vibrant color that you guys see when you come and order tacos or a brisket sandwich with pickled onions on it.
So then as soon as you put the solution on it, cap it, put it right in the fridge. And that is all you need to do. Tip, something I love, whole garlic cloves. Throw those puppies right in there. It'll give it some extra flavor. Turmeric is one of my favorite things on the planet. If you want some more vibrant color, put that in there. It'll make for a really beautiful pickled onion. That's the fun part about this is you can make it your own. So like Judd said, if you like it spicy, put in some chili flakes.
These onions were on the end of their life. That's perfect time for you guys to, at home, especially during quarantine, to start pickling your onions, your cute veggies, anything. You can do any type of pepper you got in the pantry or what the crisper. But that's the time to do it because, don't wait for them to be mushy. But when you see them start to turn, get to chopping, throw it in the vinegar solution, and
it'll help
pickle up your stuff.
Yeah, it'll help to preserve it.
And once you can it or seal it, you got pickled onions, pickled peppers. I mean, you can literally pickle anything, and you got it on hand for a month. That was our son screaming. Yeah. He's been chasing the dog in a circle.
Quarantine. But yeah, that's
one last thing. I use a white distilled vinegar. You can use apple cider. Just something about apple cider vinegar. Something about the white vinegar for me. It's got much stronger. I like strong things. And basic granulated white sugar. Don't do brown sugar, confectionery sugar. You want the really healthy stuff.
The real.
But
that's awesome.
That's how you make South of Heaven pickled onions.
Love it. All right, so hey, can we see Charlie?
Yeah.
Come say hi.
Look, say hi.
The star of the show.
Say hi.
Here's your juice. Oh, he's shy?
He's thirsty. He just came for the juice. All right.
That's awesome. All right, so I have a question for you guys. Now, y'all are always cooking, and you spend a lot of time in what you do. What's like your guilty pleasure at home that doesn't take a lot of prep, and it's just your kind of go-to, and you just don't want to cook anything at all?
I ordered chicken wings from one of the many restaurants in Carrollton that has good chicken wings.
No, okay. Lately, our guilty pleasure has been homemade ramen.
Ramen, yeah.
We use the noodles from the packs, but I am not a fan of all of the.
There's a lot of MSG. They're really bad for you, but the noodles are still just noodles.
Very tasty.
So we take that and we make a nice, tasty broth out of it. Add some of my chili crisp, a little more in my bowl than Kate's. Yeah. I like to torture myself in the evenings.
Fish sauce, chili oil. Again, you can make it your own. That's kind of what we do.
Fish sauce is used a lot in our restaurant, and you guys don't know it because it smells terrible. You open up a bottle of it in the restaurant and everyone's like, oh my God, but it's got great flavor to it. Just don't overuse it.
Yeah. So ramen's really been our thing.
Yeah, our favorite.
Yeah.
Soft boil an egg or fry an egg, throw it right on top of the ramen when you're done, a little sriracha. And it costs probably $2 to make, enough for 3 people to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's budget friendly and it doesn't take much time. Now, with that, you've been sharing some recipes on a page that you guys started. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes. So Judd looked at me one day and he's like, we should start something positive during this time. And of course, food related, because who doesn't love to see a bunch of food on their news feed, right? So it's called Carrollton's Quarantine Creations. And it's not necessarily food-based. We've been asking for art, music, anything that is keeping you occupied during this time, being stuck at home, anything that is, your silver lining, so to speak, something that's giving you, positivity and keeping you going.
The arts fuel the soul, and I feel everyone being home and stuck in their walls, you really need to. We saw your guys' video last night where you started piecing in everyone singing, and I handed her the phone, and I look over, and she's got tears coming down her eyes, and it was beautiful, and that's what food brings out. It's what music brings out in people. Painting a picture.
Gardening.
You don't have to be
Anything.
Picasso. I pick up Charlie's coloring books every now and then, and I sometimes stay in the lines. It's therapeutic, and that's what we wanted to create with this platform. I woke up and I was like, well, let's do it. So I started the group and started off pretty quick, 200-300 followers, and then we're well over 1,000 people in the group, and my whole feed on my phone now is food.
Yeah,
and paintings and music, so it's really cool.
It's been really fun to watch.
No, I would definitely say the same. I remember, joining the group, and I would see a really elaborate French toast, and then someone would post like a Pop-Tart.
Yeah.
And then 2 weeks later, I see this guy, pouring his heart out, singing a song in his home, and how it's affecting everyone. It's just been so cool, and I love that. And there's a slogan you've been using, do good, eat good. Can you kind of elaborate on that?
So it kind of snowballed. First we started the group and everybody seemed to really enjoy it. And then we were like, okay, and this is when we just were at 500 followers. We're like, if one person, or if each person donated $1, that's $500 that we could, share or, donate and give to people who need it. Not just the restaurant industry. Of course, that's near and dear in our hearts because we are, of course, like many others, we had to temporarily lay off employees, and it's been super difficult. So we can't really help, but I feel like as a community, something so small as, $1, 50 cents, that adds up when you have this many people. And so it kind of snowballed into this, well, what if we, we take some leftover from our cooks that we're doing every week and we use it as a prize, and we do a raffle, and that's where the raffle came from. And then it was, let's make sure we get all of our local favorite restaurants, small businesses, and put them in a hat, and let's spread the wealth, spread the love, spread what we can, just to give, again, it's a silver lining and some positivity. And then you get to eat good. You get to, the prizes have been great. We started with our butts, and then we had Chick-fil-A donate last week, and Shuckers, and so it's a win-win for sure.
Yeah.
So.
And what we've done at the restaurant, it's sad going in there because it's starting to take on the smell of the vacant mansion when I first looked at it, you know, which was a terrifying moment. And
It doesn't smell like smoke anymore.
it doesn't smell like smoke, and I can't hear people laughing and enjoying their meals. So it's always a bit surreal walking in through those doors. But we're still huge shout out to my manager, Shane Devereaux, some of my kitchen line guys, Justin Wicks, Casey. They're all coming in, and we have a restaurant full of food that's going to go to waste. So we've been every week going in, and they've been creating giant meals, vacuum sealing them, and sending them out to all of our employees' families to make sure everyone's got their freezers full of food. So, you know, that's kind of a no-brainer for me. If your restaurant's closed down, you should be feeding people with it. So, yeah. Rolling with the punches.
Yeah. Well, I love that. And I love, even with you saying, you know, with it being uncertain times, and even you guys as small business owners, the best action you can take is to be selfless like you're doing, and to, you know, to really pull the community together. So I think it's been incredible to see you guys. And y'all are also, y'all been cooking for the hospitals in the area as well, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So we did, unfortunately, I'm home with Charlie when he does his big cooks, but
Believe me, being home with Charlie is a lot more stressful than me sitting by the smoker doing what I love all day. So props goes to her for holding the house down when I do these cooks. But we cook for Tanner, and unfortunately Tanner is so massive. You know, we don't personally have enough money to provide meals for everyone, but our main goal is to continue these cooks and provide for the front line. And that includes, you know, that's not just, you know, we're talking people throwing out the trash,
anybody,
and anyone that's a part of it. There's so many people, essential workers, that are overlooked because we're just thinking doctors and nurses and anesthesiologists. You got cafeteria people feeding them on a daily basis, where I'm rolling in once a week and just trying to give them a little break. Because times is hard, work's hard, and we got the free time right now, and we have the resources at our restaurant. So we want to continue that train and try and feed our local heroes at least once a week, you know, whatever our bank account allows us to do. And, you know, through donations through you guys, you know, we'll get a random email from someone that'll donate us $100, and they say, do what you want with it. And we've been putting it towards, you know, doing these cooks.
For our employee relief.
Our employee relief fund. We started to GoFundMe, which reached halfway of its goal, but it's a week's worth of pay for our employees. You know, like, that's awesome. That's really cool.
Yeah.
And we appreciate everyone in the community, because you guys are allowing us to continue to cook for these frontline heroes that are putting their life in danger to make sure we can stay home. And, you know, there's part of us that feels a little selfish being home and trying to be safe when there's so many people out there putting their lives at risk to keep us safe and fed. And, you know, so we're doing another cook next week for Tanner to feed another 300, possibly more. The following week, I'm actually thinking about switching it up and bringing hot meals to the people at Publix and Kroger.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, you know, they're getting overlooked a lot. Because food just seems like such a big necessity. It is a necessity.
And my Instacart drivers.
Yeah.
I am so grateful for my Instacart drivers. So I might be leaving a hot meal outside for my next delivery.
So, but that's our plan is, you know, look where a need is, you know, and try and fill that need.
Yeah. Well, that's incredible. And we really appreciate you guys and what you're doing. We had talked earlier, and you said you had wanted to cook a couple of times for Tanner. You know, it came up to funding, and I want to let you guys know today, we want to fund your next cook for $1,000.
Wow.
Next week. Yeah.
Wow.
As a part of our Midway mission, we believe in what you're doing, and we believe in community, and we want to be supportive of those people on the front line that are literally risking their lives every day to care for us during this
Very
time.
much.
And
That's
so,
awesome.
yeah, we just want to support you guys and support those people that are risking so much. And so we're happy to fund the next cook for Tanner, and
That's awesome.
just want to keep seeing.
Really awesome.
Yeah, it's really great.
And especially because Stephen Allen from another church organization in the area, they graciously contacted us and they wanted to do a cook for Tanner. And we obliged, and in conversation, the person Kate was in contact with was asking us, like, how are you going to feed this many people? And we're like, well, that's about how much it costs to buy the ingredients. And she was confused because we don't take a single penny of this.
We're not taking any of this.
Strictly,
it goes towards the food.
Yeah.
That's what we use this money for.
So people are getting confused as to how we can do so much with. So I'm like, well, it's because we're not paying, anyone to do anything. So, so that helps. And guys, that's awesome, because $1,000 can almost feed 600 people off the top of my head, depending on what we're doing. 2 sides, a protein, 600 people. That's a lot of frontline workers. And that might even supply like the direct front line for lunch and dinner. So that is amazing.
Awesome. Well, we hope this episode only starts a ripple effect of that. And so if you're watching now and you want to get involved, please jump in the comments, and we can lead you to where you can get involved and be a part of what South of Heaven is doing for our community. So thank you guys for hopping on today. And
thank you so much.
Thank you. We had this call planned a couple times, but last night Charlie was naked running around the house and throwing things, and I was like, Kyle, we're gonna have to do this another time.
But that's just so real. I mean, that's where we all are right now. We're faced with these different challenges, and it's all in how you embrace it. So thank you guys for your time.
Thank you very much.
All right, we love you all. Yeah. Talk with you soon.
See you guys soon.
Hey, thanks so much for checking out the first episode of What Gives Me Life. If you like the show, there's 2 things you can do to keep this thing going. First, post a video on Facebook or Instagram of what gives you life and tag Midway Church in it. And also in the comments today, if you want to drop a comment about a possible episode idea, we'd love to hear your feedback on that. And secondly, support your local businesses in the community and check out our live stream. You can go to Facebook and go to Midway Church, or you can go to midwaychurch.com. We'll be there Sunday at 11 a.m. Thanks so much for checking out What Gives Me Life. Have a good day.